As you know, I had my hernia surgery on Thursday, October the 29th, 2020 at New Cross Hospital. And I'll just give you the latest update. The hospital discharged you the same day, and before they discharge you, that they want to be content that you can eat and that you're able to pass water. So I had some toast while I was there, and I duly went to the loo. And as I got home, my abdomen started gradually to become distended, bloated. And with me, it's very obvious because I've got a small waist with quite prominent abdominal. So my abdomen started obviously blowing up. What I ate felt like it was still there. So I was hardly able, after I got home, to eat or drink. Everything, it was like just stuck, still there, undigested. I started having cold sweats, retching, that's like when you start to vomit. I was suffering from sleeplessness. I was bound up because human beings usually have some wind. Even when we don't go to the toilet, there's usually a bit of residual wind in our colons or intestines, but I didn't have any wind at all. I was having sleepless nights. I was getting up, I was going for a wee, and I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning from side to side. I just couldn't sleep. There was nothing. My bowels. So my wife started giving me fibrous foods, porridge, prunes, plenty to drink, even Senna, X-Lax, nothing. And as she went to the pharmacy, and almost as a last resort, she rang the emergency doctors on 101, and they said, leave it 24 hours, and then if nothing changes, go take him to accident emergency. But God bless her, and well done to her, and thankful that she did, otherwise I might not be here. She took me into the accident and emergency at New Cross Hospital on the Saturday following the Thursday. So when I was in the hospital, when I was on the trolley in the A&E, I was violently sick 3 times. I threw up big amounts of vomit, and it was all brown. The sister in the A&E told me it was fecal waste, because I'm not much of a drinker, and I've only been sick, as in vomiting sick, twice in my adult life. Once in 1987, the Sunday before the bank holiday in the August, when I had gastroenteritis, and in November 2000 following neurosurgery in the QE, I was violently sick then. But I was violently sick this time, and they took me into the X-ray. They gave me an X-ray, told me there was a blockage. So they put what they call an NG tube in, a nasal gastric tube, which, as the name may point out, it goes up your nostrils, down into your stomach. And even when they were putting that in, I was violently sick a couple more times. So if my wife hadn't gone and took me to the hospital when she did do, there's a fair chance that I wouldn't be here telling you the tale. You could just be remembering me as the late Courtney Smith. But through that tube, they managed to get out loads more fluid, loads more liquid, several litres. And when I went into the hospital, I was taken into the surgical examination ward, and I had a CAT scan, and they told me I would have surgery. And the surgery, I could lose some lengths of my intestine, because the X-ray and the scan revealed that there was a total blockage to the small intestine. I was told that I could have a stoma bag, and because the bowel was totally blocked. Absolutely nothing got through. The surgeon who performed the original operation told me that something had happened with the mesh, which caused the small intestine to become wedged behind the mesh, which caused the obstruction. He performed the operation, and thankfully, it all went well, and I'm now on the mend. I didn't need any of my intestine removing or a stoma bag, but I think they went through pretty much the same incisions plus one more. Initially, they told me 4 to 6 weeks recovery, and I think it's the same now. But I was released from the hospital on Wednesday, the 3rd of November. So from the Saturday when I was taken into the hospital through to Tuesday, I was not allowed to eat any food at all, which, as you can imagine, that was pretty terrible as well. But I kept my fluid topped up through intravenous drip, and when I was weighed, I hadn't lost any weight, thankfully, but my muscles have gone down, and my belly is still a bit bloated. So now it's just a question of recovering. But when I was in the hospital, they were slow to release me because I suppose they wanted to ensure that nothing was not functioning. Everything was functioning as normal. But while I was given nothing by mouth, all the residual content of my intestines did wash through, and I was on the night on the Tuesday, on a Monday, on the toilet all night. For an hour, eliminating the residual contents that were in my gut, and I was allowed to resume solids again on the Tuesday, a couple of light meals, and thankfully my bowels seemed to have recovered because I did have reaction to what I did eat. I did pass those, and I was released the following day on the Wednesday, the 4th of November 2008. And they told me you made a remarkable recovery. There are no inflammatory markers. I was taken off the antibiotics. I'm not on any painkillers. So for you who prayed for me, and those of you who sent me well wishes, thanks very much. And I thank especially Gillian, without whose actions I'd be dead. But ultimately, I thank the Lord that he spared me. The older you get, you see that all the things in your life, you're in control of less than what you think. So I'm thankful to the Lord for his mercy. Thanks for those who prayed and sent me wishes of support. So that's the latest update. I'll do another one sometime. Thanks.